If anybody is a fan of the video game Undertale, you would appreciate this beautiful shirt of mine. Hey guys, it's me Emily, and I'm here to make another video for you guys today. You're going to have to excuse the fact that I look freakishly tan because I just got back from vacation and my tan is there and it is saying hello. Today's video is going to be tips and advice for Playlist Live. This could basically be a video for tips on all YouTube conventions, but the one that I'm going to be referring to based on my experiences is Playlist Live in Orlando because I went this year in 2016. So I'm going to base my tips from my experience at Playlist Live. That was a long intro, let's just get started. So first of all, you're gonna wanna buy your ticket, and as for Playlist Live, there's different options of tickets you can purchase. Some come with t-shirts, some come with like skip the line passes, some come with special hoodies and stuff. And I just bought the cheapest one you can get, which basically came with a lanyard. There's my lanyard. And the first thing that I would do once you purchase your ticket is print that ticket out, because there is a special number on it that's going to come in handy, very importantly come in handy later in the signing up process. So print out your ticket, save the emails, like put the emails in a special folder so they're easy to get to in like a matter of a couple seconds. As for deciding which kind of ticket like bundles you want to purchase, I would say just go for the cheapest one, because I know some do come with like a shirt or a hoodie. You can buy a shirt and a hoodie there. I would just wait, save the money, just set some money aside for a t-shirt later, and there might be ones that are a different style that you might like more, because there are multiple kinds of Playlist Live t-shirts, and I'm pretty sure there's probably a couple for VidCon and everything, so I would just get the cheapest one. And with all tickets, as for Playlist Live, I don't know about VidCon and I don't know about future years, but I know that every ticket came with a backpack that you picked up when you were there. So that's a nice little free merch that you get, and the backpack's actually really nice. I still use it today, so. After you purchase your ticket, you're going to want to get the Twitter notifications for the convention that you're going to. So I got the Twitter notifications for Playlist Live, and Playlist Live does tweet a lot, but I just wanted them so then I knew when they were going to announce people that were coming and who was coming and everything, so keep an eye out for that. I got all the Twitter notifications, and they would tweet about like, I don't know, 20 to 30 people once a week, and once it started getting closer to the event, so you keep an eye on there. And also I would like mark down or like highlight or something all the creators that you would not mind seeing in person or meeting. Just take a separate note of them, so you separate them, like I don't really care for seeing these, but I really want to see these. Just take a note of that ahead of time, either mentally or physically, whatever you want to do. Once it gets time to choosing your meetups, get ready for the most anxiety triggering event of your life, let me tell you. So basically, when the meetup signups happen, it is insane. They tell you like way beforehand when they are, and they'll tell you the groups about a couple days beforehand. I went to the Twitter or the website, I forget which one, for Playlist Live, and I wrote down which meetups were on Saturday morning, which meetups were at Saturday afternoon, which meetups were at Sunday morning, and which meetups were at Sunday afternoon. And I wrote down which group was when, like Saturday morning had the Shade Tarts and Dan and Phil and Ricky Dillon, but then Sunday also had like Jenna Marbles, Marcus Butler, Alfie Days. So I wrote down all the ones that I would be willing to meet, and I wrote them down. And then once I wrote them all down, I wrote down for each day which ones I would want to meet the most in numerical order, just in case the other one filled up. So for Saturday, Dan and Phil were the big ones that I wanted to meet, so I put like a ton of exclamation points by their names. I put tons of arrows and everything. I wrote down the time that their meetup was at and everything like that, and it was like at Saturday at the afternoon, so I had that set up. And then Sunday, I really wanted to meet Ricky Dillon, so I had his all highlighted, his all exclamation pointed out and everything, and that made it easier. Just in case one of them did happen to fill up, I would be able to have a second option and a third option and then a fourth and a fifth. So definitely do that ahead of time. I'm gonna say right now, don't get your hopes up. I know that's mean, but just don't expect that it's gonna happen, because it's so unpredictable and everything like that. So just be ready. Since I was at Disney and I was using the Wi-Fi that's always unreliable at the college program dorms, I went to the computer lab and just used one of the computers there, and my sister and I were there about 10 minutes before it actually started. I had my sheet out, and your ticket. You need your ticket for when the signups happen because there is a special number. It's like your confirmation order number. That's going to be your way of logging in, and you also make a password. You can make a password ahead of time, so I would recommend doing that, making sure everything is all filled out ahead of time. And what I also did was I opened up like a Word document or a separate window, I forget which one, and I wrote down my number so that way I can just copy and paste it into the Playlist Live window. That way I don't have to remember it or type it out completely to waste any more time. So I just pasted my number, typed in my password, and then logged in. And it literally happens in like less than a minute. So I picked out who I wanted to meet, I pressed the button to submit, and I got the ones I wanted to meet first. So that was good. But yes, it is very stressful and it is very anxiety triggering. So just, it's fun. A couple days before the event actually happens, I don't know if VidCon does this because I know VidCon is like 10 times the size of Playlist Live, but for Playlist Live, they actually released the schedule ahead of time, saying which YouTubers were doing which panels and where you could find the certain YouTubers that you want to see. So I wrote down the entire schedule. I made a Word document, I made it all pretty, and I wrote down the entire schedule. And I didn't care if stuff overlapped, I just wanted to write everything down. That way, in case something filled up, I can go to this one, which was the same exact time. I wrote it down on a piece of paper, I had it in my back pocket, so I knew that this time I wanted to see Louise live. This time I wanted to see SDK. So yeah, once it starts getting closer to Playlist Live, definitely get the YouTubers that you want to meet or see, get their Twitter notifications sent to your phone because they do a lot of last minute meetups. They're gonna pop up and you're gonna see them and you're gonna know ahead of time where they're gonna be at, like, I'm meeting in this hallway, come find me, blah. So definitely get their Twitter notifications and you can know where they are ahead of time and everything. As for checking in for Playlist Live, I would recommend checking in on that Friday and not the Saturday the next day because it's going to be crazy busy on that Saturday. So if you could go Friday, definitely go Friday and check in ahead of time. I had to be at the Playlist Live Hotel anyways on Friday because I went to the Amazing Tours on a Fire. So we went to the show a lot earlier than we were supposed to and we checked in and everything. And when you check in, you get the backpack, which is kind of like a goodie bag. And inside there is the event schedule, which is this, which I already had written down on my phone for all the events I wanted to go to, but this is everything. This is also something that you do want to double check even if you did write everything down because there could be changes that they didn't change on the website, but it could be different on here. I think there was a couple changes, like I thought that Marcus Butler was doing a Q&A, but it was actually with Alfie as well. I mean, that's like a good surprise, but I didn't know that, and this told me that that was happening, so that was cool. And then you also get the guidebook, which is a guidebook. Playlist Live 2016 could have had some better creators come, like Conferenza, but what are you gonna do? And I was kind of mad because they have the page that has all of their books on it, like Ricky Dillon's book and everything. Whose book is that? Connor Franta's. Like, can you just torture me anymore, Playlist Live? Thank you. And then you also get your wristbands for your meetups, and your meetups are set ahead of time, they're set in stone. Also, if you don't pick a meetup ahead of time, they can show you which ones are available in case you do want to meet some people last minute, so that's always good. What I would recommend bringing for Playlist Live, definitely bring a backpack. Not a purse, an actual backpack. And I say that because you're gonna get a lot of stuff, you're gonna want a lot of stuff, and it's just a lot easier having your hands free and everything, so definitely that. Also, I would recommend wearing pants with pockets in it because you're gonna want your phone out all the time. You don't know if a creator's gonna pop up out of nowhere and you're gonna be struggling for your phone and stuff. Wear pockets or something and keep your phone in your pocket and whip it out in case of emergencies. That's kind of a weird thing to say, but it's true. As for like what to bring in your backpack, bring your phone. Definitely bring a portable charger and also bring a wall charger as well, just in case you have some time to kill and you're by an outlet. That way you don't have to waste the battery on your portable charger. Also, you're gonna want to bring maybe a bottle of water. I know water can be expensive, and also bring maybe like some chips or something because you're gonna be sitting at these meetups. Even though you book them ahead of time, you're still gonna be sitting there for a while if you don't get there early enough, like at least an hour if you're right in the middle. If you know ahead of time who you're meeting and who's going to be there that you would like to meet, You could bring their book if they wrote one. Also, you can bring a Sharpie. You're going to be kind of surprised at how many YouTubers are just walking around meeting people. Like, it's insane. I didn't think it was going to be that easy to meet so many people, but it's so easy. A lot of people get their lanyard signed, and I had Dan and Phil sign my lanyard and the kids from the Shade Tards, and I kind of regret having Dan and Phil sign it. I wish I had them sign something more creative. Another tip that I have would be to keep your notes open on your phone or something like that, because I did pass a lot of creators and I did see a lot of panels, and if I didn't take a picture with a creator, I wrote down on my phone who I actually saw in person so I can remember who I saw in person, because I forgot who I saw in person. But thanks to having the notes open, I can see which YouTubers I saw in person and ones that I actually didn't meet. Like, maybe I saw them passing by but I couldn't stop to say hi to them, or their line filled up or something like that. So I saw really quickly in passing Thomas Sanders, Tomska, Matthew Lush, Lauren Elizabeth, Jack Barron, Tessa Violet, just to name a couple. Thanks to having that, I would not have remembered that I saw half those people. So I think that's a great tip to have. Just literally write down everyone that you saw in person. But then the ones that you met, you'll have a picture with, so you don't really have to worry about that. As for the meetups, definitely my advice would be to just have someone, whether it's a friend or someone that's going to be one of their managers hanging out that will take pictures for you, have them just constantly going at it with the pictures, because you're going to want those candids. Like, I got some good candids of me, Dan, and Phil. So I will say that I was kind of surprised at the amount of awkward free time I had in between meetups and panels and everything. So if you do have some downtime, I would recommend just wandering around, unless you do need to sit down or get a drink or something to eat. Do that first. But if you have some downtime, just wander around. You'll see a lot of people, especially the last day. During the last like 3 hours, everyone comes out to meet people. Like, literally everybody comes out. I met so many people within like that last hour. So definitely keep your eyes open, keep Twitter open, look for those notifications, and you can meet some YouTubers. That is my Playlist Live tips. I hope those were good, and if you have any questions, leave them down below and I will do my best to answer them. And also, I hope you guys have a great week and a magical day, and I will see you all very, very, very soon. Bye!